Yesterday, we had a great time discussing Meghan's brand's As Ever's first product drop of 2026, and it was part of the A Moment to Unwind set. And my favorite part of that set was the new bookmark. I thought it was just so cute. I love that it was useful. It was leather. It was consciously made. It was sustainably made and eco-friendly. But there's more to the bookmark that we didn't discuss. Not only did it sell out, but it has a really great backstory. I have more to bring you regarding this amazing bookmark that sold out within minutes. We've got so much to get into, so let's get started. Hey y'all, thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to get into the backstory behind Meghan's bookmark that sold out within minutes, but before we do, if you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to share so that more people can find us. Today we'll be taking a look at an article from Feminagra written by Miss Historian, and it's titled, Meghan Sussex's As Ever bookmark sells out in minutes following UK female-owned partnership. When a leather bookmark sells out in 7 minutes, the speed reflects expectation rather than surprise. The release came from As Ever, the lifestyle venture launched by Meghan Sussex and followed a familiar pattern. Previous As Ever drops have moved quickly when the values behind them were clear. Supporters understood this release because it centered on the collaboration itself. The Fell Asleep Here leather bookmark was made with Sbri, a small UK-based female-owned workshop known for handcrafted, made-to-order keepsakes. That detail signaled limited supply, careful production, and a focus on women-led craft rather than mass output. The bookmark was positioned as something slower and personal. It was designed for readers, journals, and moments of pause, and it was available to purchase on its own. There was also an optional set called A Moment to Unwind, which paired the bookmark with herbal peppermint tea and sage honey with honeycomb for those who wanted the full ritual concept. Fans recognized the intent and the scale from the outset. They did a really great job promoting it as well and giving the details behind it. If you didn't understand the point, I'm going to assume it's because people didn't want to. I saw one outlet publish an article that was titled, I didn't click on it obviously, but the title of the article was Meghan sells a $64 bookmark. And I just took a deep sigh and I said, they're still at it, I see. Let's move right along. The UK workshop behind the bookmark. The bookmark was made in collaboration with Sbri, a small female-owned workshop based in the UK. Sbri specializes in handcrafted, made-to-order keepsakes, which means production stays careful and limited rather than scaled for mass output. Even with a strict limit of 4 per person, the bookmark sold out in just 7 minutes. For readers less familiar with Meghan's work, the UK connection is deliberate. Since leaving royal duties, she has continued to work with British partners she trusts. These choices reflect consistency and shared values, not sentimentality. Sbri's identity adds another layer. The company is female-led and its name means fun in Welsh, a nod to the founder's Welsh-speaking background. That emphasis on craft, locality, and women-led work aligns closely with As Ever's message. It also explains why quantities remained limited. This was never intended to operate like a factory line product. Much of the UK press insists it has insight into the Sussex operation. Commentators regularly claim access to sources and advanced knowledge of Meghan's plans. Yet the same outlets failed to report a basic fact about the As Ever bookmark before it sold out. It was made in collaboration with a small female-led UK workshop. The collaboration with Sbri was not hidden or accidental. It reflected a deliberate choice to work with a British business, producing a handmade item in limited quantities. By the time the details surfaced, the bookmark had already sold out in 7 minutes. The press did not miss the story because it was obscure. It missed it because it was not looking in the right direction. Meghan's influence now operates through quiet commercial decisions rather than palace optics. She uses her platform to direct attention and demand towards smaller businesses. In this case, that influence translated directly into sales, visibility, and validation for a UK firm. The contrast is difficult to ignore. Meghan Sussex continues to help businesses thrive through intentional collaborations, while the brands most closely associated with Kate Middleton have faced repeated financial trouble. Over recent years, several British fashion labels worn and promoted by Kate have entered administration, cut jobs, or shut down altogether. Despite years of headlines celebrating a so-called fashion effect, the results tell a different story. Visibility alone has not protected those brands. Meghan's approach, by contrast, prioritizes scale, sustainability, and alignment. It does not rely on spectacle, it relies on action. The 7-minute sellout was not an accident. It showed what happens when influence is applied with purpose. If the media is serious about supporting British industry, it may be time to look beyond recycled narratives and ask harder questions about what actually delivers results. Obviously, I was a little curious. This is my first time hearing about Sbri, so I decided to check out their website, and this is what it says on their About page. I promise you, their About page has more character and charisma than most people's entire brand identity. I really enjoyed reading this, so I wanted to share. It says, what's more fun than the word fun? The Welsh equivalent, Sbri. Say it as your 7-year-old self that just heard the jingle of the ice cream van. Sbri! That used to be my favorite sound in the summertime. Our founder, Emily Carr, is fluent in it. Welsh and fun, if you're wondering. Husband and co-founder Tony has fun in just one language at this stage. We're a made-to-order leather accessories brand that's all about celebrating the extra things in life. The little things that make it better, like feeling the warm sun on your face, whipped cream and sprinkles on just about anything, lovingly handcrafted pieces made from sustainably sourced premium quality British and Italian leather, personalized by and for you. All the good stuff. Handmade in our workshop in New Forest, UK. Our contemporary designs are created using traditional techniques to help you mark and celebrate life's moments, big, small, or simply because. Because nice things shouldn't just be for special occasions. We sell direct to consumer. Cutting out all the stuff in between means you get the same great quality you expect and deserve and spend less, leaving you more coin to actually keep in your purse or pieces you buy from us. It's that little bit extra we keep talking about. How we do it. Working with natural materials means each piece we make is completely unique. We hand draw our designs in-house, then carefully print them onto beautiful British and Italian leather. And because we're made to order, it's up to you to add the finishing touches. Select the design, choose the initials, maybe write a secret message on the inside if you like, and we'll set about making. With care, but with speed too, so you can get your pieces sooner and enjoy them for longer. An object of love with as much character as the person who owns it. That's the only mark you'll leave too. Our vegetable tanned leather is sustainably sourced and prepared using traditional methods which have minimal impact on the environment. Because we believe the only thing that should be left behind is great memories. As we make everything in-house, we have full control over our production methods, our waste, and the quality of our products. Whether we have cake for breakfast too. I kind of want to work there. And in 2026, we're continuing to work towards our goal of becoming a completely carbon neutral company. Because we're here for a good time and a long time. For a life with more leopard print, more joy, more Sbri. I really like this company, and I don't even have any reason to reach out to them or anything like that. But should I ever want to create a product, etc., and I could use their services, they're going to be the first on my list. I really like the personality in this About page, but also they give a lot of information and have a lot of transparency about their production process. I really like companies like this, and I can absolutely see why Meghan chose them. Great pick. Thank you so much for watching the SharionSade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video. Who knew a little bookmark could cause such global waves? I really appreciate the way Meghan takes such a meticulous approach, and she does everything with so much intention when it comes to her brand, when it comes to the products for As Ever. Every single thing is done with such care and so carefully done. I really appreciate that. Now, over on the member side, yesterday we had a conversation about how people have kind of taken that approach and what is known about Meghan and what she has said about her business acumen and the way that she approaches business and her work in general. And they've tried to turn that meticulous approach and that careful nature into her being bossy. And I talked about how dangerous that is and how unfortunate it is, but it's also misogynoir, and many of us can relate to that personally because that happens every day. But when I see these what seem to be very small decisions about who's going to produce something as small as a bookmark. And when I say small, I don't mean in impact, I mean in literal size. Something as small as a bookmark could have such a big impression globally. It could spark the ideas for more people, or spark the inspiration for more people to produce ethically, produce sustainably, to work with people with intention, to not just go for what's cheap or what's quick or what's fast or what's local, but to really put thought into every single decision. I love that Sbri is a woman-founded, woman-led business, and she obviously works with her husband. But also they're British. I think that's great. I also love that their page is filled with character and charisma and obviously fun, pun intended, but also sustainable and eco-friendly. And that definitely aligns with Meghan's entire mission across all of her ventures, whether that's work or philanthropy, etc. She's always very careful and considerate of the environment, of people, and ethics at all times. You can't really call that kind of a person bossy. Just because a person is assertive, just because a person has a vision, just because a person has the tenacity and the drive and the work ethic to see their dreams through, and they hold themselves as well as others accountable, that doesn't make them bossy. We actually need more people like that. I can't tell you how often I have interviewed with a company, consulted with a company. Most of my work now is consulting, but I can't tell you how often I have been reached out to about a company or interviewed with a company, and they have all these problems and they have all these issues, and they're like, hey, our customer service team really needs work. I've heard about you. Could you please come in? We need a 6-week revamp. We'll pay whatever. Like, I get some interesting inquiries sometimes where it's kind of like customer service 911. And I always start with the top. I am a firm believer in the fish stinks from the head. It doesn't mean everyone at the top is to blame, but that is a wonderful place to start. And the reason for that is because what people carry through on the front line is the vision that's preached to them, taught to them, and reinforced for and by them from their back line, from their back office, from the top, the people at the top. And so you really can't get to the root of the problem until you understand the ideology and the methodology behind the business, and as well as the approach. I can't tell you how many bosses, the middle management, have the vision from the upper management, and they have the vision and they've been told, this is how we want to work. This is how we want to make our customers feel. This is what we want to do. This is our approach. Go get them, Tiger, lead your team. And somewhere in there between your managers, maybe even your executive team, but your managers and your supervisors and your trainers, etc., somewhere that message gets lost. And somewhere we get the message that cheaper, faster, quicker, faster and quicker, it's better. And so we bring in people who we don't properly vet, we don't properly recruit, we don't make sure that they kind of have the spirit of a customer service person. And yes, there is a type of person, or there are several types of people who excel in customer service. We're not really training, or we don't have the proper training materials or the proper training methods behind what we want them to learn and do. We're expecting them to jump on the floor and just get right to it and know what they're supposed to do. And then we're holding them accountable for things we didn't teach or show or represent ourselves. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I take quite an interest into Meghan's approach to business for this very reason, because so many times I've been told that a team needs to be revamped. I've been told that some people need to be let go, to offer my recommendation, to offer my help with recruiting. And they're always in step maybe 9 of a 10-step process. And I'm like, well, we got to start with step number 1, first of all. It'll be much cheaper, and it'd be a lot more fair and ethical to try and rehabilitate these people, try to get them reintegrated, try to get them remotivated, try to get them retrained. We can use the resources we have and the people we have on hand to really start anew. Let's try that first. I can't tell you how quickly people find others and their quote unquote workers disposable. Oh, they're not friendly on the phone, or oh, they're not. And I'm thinking, well, you're not friendly on this call. What are they hearing? What are they hearing versus what you want them to say? You have to embody the spirit that you want them to convey. And I am a firm believer in a happy worker is a hard worker, and a hard worker is a satiated, fulfilled person. You have to make sure your team, you have to make sure your company, you have to make sure your message and the spirit of your company and the spirit you want to convey to your not your employees, but also your customers. You have to make sure that is all on one accord and in alignment. And when I see founders like Meghan, who put so much care and intention behind every single thing they do. They staff with that same intention and that same care and same consideration. They move like molasses. They're not quick. They move like molasses. We have to move through this process. We can't jump over it. We can't rush through it. We can't undercut it. We've got to move through it. We got to feel everything. We have to take stock of everything, and we got to apply everything we learn, and we have to keep learning. When I have worked with some of these companies, and some of the best success stories that I've had have been when the managers, especially those in the middle, and the trainers have been willing to say, I need to do better. A lot of times it's so easy to push forward and push that blame onto the person in front of you, the frontline workers, or the person who's going to take the most heat, especially those who talk to customers. It can be so easy for them to place the blame on the people on the front line, but are you also sending that message? How do you want them to talk to your customer? Is that how you're speaking to them? Is that the language and the tone and the energy that's normalized in their environment? It's really hard, not impossible, but it's really hard to create and concoct an energy that isn't currently present. If you want them to be friendly, are you being friendly with them? Is that what your department is based on? Are you ethical? Are you sustainable? Are your values at the forefront? Are you exhibiting those values? Are you demonstrating those values? Are you an example of those values? When they interact with you, are they reminded of who they should strive to be or strive to be like, or what they can learn? Are they inspired? Are you an inspiration? Are you trying to be a good mentor, or are you just being their boss? Are you leading? Are you showing them when the phones get hot and we're in a transition state and there are people out to lunch? Are you jumping on the phones, or are you saying, hey, you need to hurry up and cut that call quick because we need you to get back on the phones? Or are you saying, let me grab a phone call or two. Let me push this meeting because I got to get on the front line. I got to deploy a supervisor. Hey, we need all hands on deck. And I'm one of those pairs of hands. Or are you saying, go get them, Tiger. I'm going to be in my office, and shut the door behind you. The reason I bring that up is because I have seen bossy, inept, unqualified managers. I have seen inept, unqualified executive teams. I have seen far more inept founders. I hate to say it, it's not so kind, but I have seen far more inept, unqualified, inexperienced, and unwilling to learn, bad attitude people right at the top, founders who were either brought into a business because it was in their blood and it was what their family wanted, or they just wanted something to make them money, but they really didn't want to put a lot of care into it. So they bought something that they thought was self-sustaining. And then when they actually have to jump in and do something or learn about what they're doing, they don't want to do that. So they just keep hiring people to do the things they don't want to do because they just want to stay at home and play video games because daddy gave me a lump sum and I want to do something with it because I don't feel like going to work every day. There's a lot of different ways people come about owning a business. The way that people minimize or disrespect or try to misrepresent, mischaracterize Meghan and her approach, her careful and meticulous approach, her assertive nature, the way they try to turn that into her being bossy, they haven't seen bossy if they think that lady is bossy. And I want to make it very clear, there is nothing wrong with being assertive. There is absolutely nothing wrong with knowing what you want. But notice how when it comes to As Ever, when we have these conversations, we know exactly what the spirit of her company is. It's in their about page. It's in their dialogue. It's in their press releases. It's in Meghan's interviews. Whenever anyone associated with As Ever, or even within close proximity to working with As Ever, has to speak to the public or represent themselves to the public, it's the same caring, careful, meticulous nature. I care about the environment. I care about people. Ethics all the way. I'm doing everything with intention all the way, even the people who produce the products. She only works with people who are on the same or within the same alignment as her, who care about people and the environment. That's not bossy. We actually need more people at the top with that same ideology, not get it at all costs. We have to do this the right way. We have to do this with intention. And having that vision and seeing that vision and executing that vision makes her a wonderful founder. It doesn't make her bossy. She happens to be the boss, but she is a leader. And a good leader inspires people. A good leader supports their team and others. A good leader inspires their team. A good leader prepares their team and provides them with everything they need to be successful. Like I said, as a consultant, I saw a lot. As a manager, everything was under my umbrella. I put so much intention and care into my teams, and I was able to control pretty much everything and the outcome and how our customers felt. And that was all part of that. But when I started consulting and seeing how other people led and managed their teams, I learned a lot about how the spirit of the company, the methodology, the ideology, and essentially just the intention behind every single thing resonates from the rooter to the tutor, up, down, in, out, round and about, and the customers feel it all. Bossy managers make unhappy customers even when they're not talking to them. And horrible founders make miserable middle managers who make horrible bosses, who make unproductive frontline teams, and customers feel it. And customers pay the price. So I say that to say, when you see a business like this, know that that did not come by accident. That comes with intention, and that comes with making meticulous decisions like Meghan has to make about in her team. Obviously, I'm not trying to undercut anyone, but she takes the brunt of criticism, and people create criticism to project onto her because it's her. We've talked about the why. But the point that I'm making is, we discussed yesterday how people like to imply that she is bossy, and people like to imply that she has to run everything just like she likes it. And if it's not done her way, it's not done right. There is a big difference between that human being that they're trying to create and that image versus the person we see in front of us today. And that is Meghan Sussex, who is assertive, meticulous, and careful. She operates with intention. That doesn't make her bossy. That means she cares about what she does and what she puts out into the world. And God love her for it. More people should be that way. How many things have we seen go out into the world that are wasteful, ridiculous excess, that are unuseful, cheaply put together, fast fashion, that things that are going to continue to not continue to rotate throughout society, that are immediately discarded upon one use. That is wasteful. And a lot of times the founders behind companies like that are exactly what you're describing. And that can be further from Meghan. And so anyway, just from my place from my little, very limited experience in corporate. I've only been in corporate for over 10 something years. I think it's 13 now. Geez. And I worked a large part of that in e-commerce, and I worked with a lot of customer service and customer care teams and ops teams. And I can tell you, this is the type of boss you want to work with. A clear vision, offers you all of the support you need, all of the preparedness that you have, all the supplies you need for preparedness, offers you all the training, great leadership, great management, but also is very meticulous about what type of people they bring into their team and what type of people they work with as a company. You want that. So caring about your product and caring about your output, that doesn't make you a bossy person. Anyway, I just had to share that. That was still kind of on my mind as a little residue from yesterday. I just thought it was ridiculous to get upset with her for wanting things to be done well. But again, we are fully aware of what misogynoir is and what it does to people, and how others intentionally mischaracterize Black women intentionally, and women in general, but especially Black women who are at the intersection of race and feminism, or femininity, and the way that people try to create and bastardize these characters instead of just getting to know her for who she is and saying, hey, she just happens to be assertive. Doesn't mean that she's a jerk. Because there are jerks that you could be pointing at. That's a conversation for another day. Anyway, this is what happens when you work well and you work with intention. Now, it may be just a very small, in size, not impact, a small bookmark, but it's a representation of everything from As Ever, which is a representation of the brand, which is a representation of its founder. All things done with care, with intention, and ethically. I think that's beautiful, and I hope to see more founders take that approach. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry for the long final thoughts. I just got carried away, but that was just something on my mind, especially when I see that so often. Whenever I come out of retirement to do a short stint as a contract consulting gig, I'm always surprised by, why did you call me before you cleaned up this mess? It's kind of like whenever I decide to bring in reinforcements to help clean my house, whenever I've had like a party or a post-holiday or whatever, and I just need extra hands, I still do like a pre-clean before they get here. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's my grandmother and me, but it's like, I can't let them see my house at its worst. I want them to come in and get to the big stuff, but I can't let them see spills on the counter and stuff like that. So when I get called in to consult, I'm always like, you didn't even bother to sweep. You said come in and just start. So anyway, I've seen some Help Me 911 companies that need a lot of help for their frontline teams. And I can assure you, Meghan is the type of founder that I love to walk in and see. More often than not, I don't see founders like Meghan because they don't need help like mine. Just to be honest, they're typically good to go and they don't need my help. But anyway, I say that to say, good job, Meghan, as a founder. Great job to everyone at the As Ever team. And I hope to continue to see your continued success. You guys, let me know your thoughts. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like this video, Subscribe to the channel and feel free to share so that more people can find us. And I'm kind of in the mood for some laughs without sharing any secure or private data. Don't mess up your NDAs. But if any of you consult or have consulted, especially with frontline teams like customer service, etc., can you tell me any interesting stories about meeting founders or owners or even some managers? But keep in mind, managers are in a precarious situation. They are often just the extension of the upper management. So, but if you've met some interesting characters, feel free to share that in the comments section. I would love to hear more from people who've had that experience, because I can tell you, walking into someone with bare feet in board shorts in a boardroom that might take the cake, where I said, oh, I think I figured it out. So if you have interesting stories, feel free to share without sharing any private data. Once again, thank y'all so much for watching. Great job on this amazing launch. I can't wait until the bookmarks become available again. I'm definitely going to get something second launch. Y'all let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Bye.